Hello everyone and welcome back to the Gaming News channel. In today's episode, I will be talking about reviews, more specifically game reviews. So, I would like to start off by saying there are some great games that are passed over because whether it be IGN, GameSpot, or even a YouTube game reviewer, says something about not liking the game in its entirety, and they'll give you examples as to why, and they'll tell you, in their own opinion, that they didn't like it. Now, you shouldn't base their opinion off of whether or not you will buy the game or not. Some people pass up Dragon Age because of the graphics, or pass that because of the combat mechanics, or because of the story. And to me, that shouldn't really. Okay. Let me put it this way. When a reviewer reviews a game, they give you their opinion. They would say the good things and the bad things about the game itself. And at the end, they'll give it a score: 5 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 6 out of 10, whatever have you, whatever their score system is. And excuse me. And that in itself their opinion shouldn't affect whether or not you buy the game, unless you're willing to go out and buy the game yourself and play it. Otherwise, yeah, if it doesn't look right to you, or in your opinion it's not really worth the $60 that you're gonna pay for it, then sure, wait for the sale, wait for it to get lower in price, and then try it out. But don't let the reviewer themselves, their opinions, stop you from getting the game and seeing if you like it. GameSpot has a 7-day return policy on used video games. So you're able to buy the game used, and if you don't like it, just return it for your money back. I mean, no love lost there, because at least you tried out the game. You watched the reviewer give his review. You did the research. You went out, bought the game. You played it. You didn't like it? Okay, you can just return it for your money back, if it's a used game, that is. And where this is coming from is I've passed up so many games like Mafia 2 and Warhammer Battle March because I listened to the reviews, and I let their opinion influence me. And that in itself made me skip those games until I finally decided to say screw it. I went to GameStop, I bought the games, came home, I put them in my Xbox, and I played them. And I actually enjoyed them. Now, with these lower reviews, they go off of graphics, mechanics, storyline, so on and so forth. Now, Now, don't get me wrong. I completely understand what they were saying with the mechanics of Warhammer Battle March. I totally agree with that. But then again, I was playing on the console, on the controller, so that the controls there was a little wonky, but you get used to it. But it wasn't the mechanics didn't drive me away from the game, really. No, I loved it. I was into the story. That lore, the Warhammer universe, interests me so deeply that I could look past that fault. And even the graphics. Many people complain about the graphics, and I'm sitting there like, okay, well, you know what? I can see the units. I can see their armor. I can see their weapons. I can pretty much get a good idea of the battlefield, of the area. No, it's not so bad that you can't make out anything. It's just the graphics for its time, it's the way it was. And now, some excuse me, most people are so willing, I should say, to pass up a game because of its graphics. They don't care about the gameplay. They don't care about the storyline or the mechanics. All they care about is the graphics. That isn't right. Don't let graphics, reviewers, or anyone influence you on whether or not you should buy a game. No, wait. Like I said before, wait for it to go on sale. Buy it used. Then, in that way, if you keep your receipt from GameStop, you can always return it if you don't like it. And form your own opinion. Don't let others influence you on whether or not you should buy a certain game. That brings me up to another game I played. It was so long ago. To be honest with you, I don't remember the name of that certain game. I mean, I can give a description, but you pretty much played as a guy who's apparently supposed to be some type of demon prince, and you're supposed to whether you unleash your demon dad into the world, or you keep him down in hell for all eternity, and you rule the world, pretty much. And lore like that, or a storyline like that, it keeps me interested. The graphics weren't the best, the mechanics weren't the best, but you know what? It's the story. The game itself was playable. Sure, it got confusing at times. Don't get me wrong, but it was playable. And if it's playable and the story is enough for me to keep my interest in the game itself, then yes, it's worth playing. I played through that game 2 or 3 times, and I kept it for maybe another year and a half before I decided to get rid of it. Because when I buy a game and I enjoy it, I play the game so much that I just get tired of it, and I stop for whether it be a few months, 6 months, a year and a half. Then I look at it again, and I tell myself, ask myself, is it worth playing over again? And if it is, yeah, I'll keep it. I'll play it over when I feel like it, or I just trade it in for credit at GameStop. I mean, get your money's worth out of the game before you decide to get rid of it. I mean, if it's a brand new game, you're spending $64 after tax for a brand new game. So, wait. So, don't get me wrong. So, yes, wait for the reviews, but if you're going to listen to a reviewer, make sure it's a reviewer that you trust, that you completely trust. Or even better, go on to Twitch, and if you find a streamer, a Twitch streamer, that reviews games and they actually play them and they show you gameplay of that certain game you're looking for. And that would save you some time on YouTube just by just going on Twitch, looking at the streamer, and they'll be playing the game you want, and they'll have the gameplay up there. They have the multiplayer battles if there are any. They have the storyline, like Overwatch. The streamer I watch is Boogie2988, and you know what? After watching him play it, it looked like a lot of fun. It looked like my friends and I would have a lot of fun. I went out and I bought it. And so far, I've had tons of fun on it. It's really amazing. It's a fun game. If you have a group of friends, you want to play it? You want to play a good multiplayer game that's online, that piques your interest, then yes, I would definitely suggest Overwatch, but you don't need to listen to my suggestion. Just form your own opinion on it. Watch the gameplay, and if it seems to interest you, wait. And if you want, just wait for it to go on sale and buy it. Or if you want to get used, again, that 7-day return policy. I used to work at GameStop, and I would do this all the time where, I'm in the store, and, I see a used game that comes up that interests me, then yeah, I'll pick it up, and if I didn't like it, I'll return it. Like League of Legends, or not League of Legends, I'm sorry, it was, what was that game? Man, it's hard to remember. It's been a couple years. Amazing how time flies. It was Brutal Legends. That's what it was. Brutal Legends. I picked that up used, and I played it for a while. And in the end, it just wasn't my game. It's a great concept, but it just didn't really interest me, so I returned it. No harm done. So, again, do your research if you want. Look up your reviewers. Get an idea of what they're saying, but don't let their opinion influence you as to whether or not you buy the game. Form your own opinion. It's my main problem was I just let the reviewers influence my opinion of a game, and I would either just buy it or I would just skip it entirely. And with doing that, I've skipped a lot of great and amazing games I've still yet to play. So, 7 Days to Die is, like, for example, 7 Days to Die is coming to console currently. And I believe The Forest is coming to the PS4. I'm not sure when the day on that would be. But I know 7 Days to Die is coming in, I believe, June. Sometime in June or this month. And, I played the beta on the PC, or on my MacBook Pro, I should say, and I enjoy it. I enjoyed the survival, really, the survival aspect of the game, where you have to build your base, gather weapons, supplies, and defend yourself. I love that kind of game. I played Ark Survival. Though, to tell you the truth, unless you're on a good server for Ark, I would suggest playing single player or with friends. Because the community On the community on PC, it's great, but for the community on the Xbox, it's terrible. Now, if you're playing on a PvP server, and anyone can just kill you, for no reason, really. They don't give you a good chance to build up, or even the dominant tribe of the server. They won't let you build up. They'll just raid you until you decide to move off the server. Granted, not every game is perfect, but there are ways around. Like Ark, if it's a multiplayer game but gives you a single player option, and you're just having bad luck on the servers, then you make your own server or just go into single player. Enjoy it that way. Learn the game and have fun. That's what it's all about. Or do a non-PvP server when you're facing either dinosaurs, animals, whatever have you. No, there's so many games out there. It's true you can't play them all, but at least if you do it right, if you take your chance on the game that every viewer says it sucks, and you take your chance on it, whether you like it or not is really up to you. There's no point in playing or even getting into video games if you let a reviewer influence your opinion on the game. There's no point, because when a reviewer says it's a great and amazing game, don't trust them. Don't. I learned that lesson the hard way. Now, Black Ops 3 was a great example. I watched some YouTubers saying great things about the game, and I decided to give them one more chance. And since I was a fan of Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, I decided to say, hey, what the heck? Might as well. But in the end, like a dum-dum that I am, I bought the game and the season pass for $50 for the season pass. So I sunk in I like to say 110 if I'm doing my math correctly. About 110, 114, if that math is right. $64 for the base game and another $50 for the season pass. Oh, and another $60 for Xbox Live Gold membership. So about 160, I would like to say. Just so I can play online. And get all the maps and get all the bonuses. Bonus zombie map. And after playing that for, I don't know, I played it for a couple months. And I stopped for a while because I kicked myself in the butt because I thought to myself, wow, I listen to these YouTubers and they tell me that this is a great and amazing game that every Call of Duty fan would enjoy it. So I was like, alright, I'll take my chances, let's see how it goes. End result, I wasted about $160. If you include the Microsoft Xbox Live Gold that is. Otherwise it would be like $114, I believe. So, all in all, guys, don't always trust the reviewer, whether it be praising or destroying a certain game. Because there's a lot of. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some good reviewers out there. Not all of them are paid off or, yeah, pretty much paid off by the company. Not all of them are, but most of them are. There are a few that are genuinely trying to give you a good and honest review of a game. And those are the ones you have to look for. But again, listen. If you do find that certain reviewer that gives honest reviews on a game, listen to their opinion. Listen to what they have to say. But in the end, form your own opinion on whether or not you will buy the game. Just because a reviewer says it's a great game doesn't mean it's a great game. Or if a reviewer says it's a terrible game, doesn't mean it's a terrible game. Just means it'll just have a couple of problems that you'll just have to get past. If they're minor, sure. They're just minor little things like a glitch here and a glitch there. Then so be it. I'm sure you'll survive. But if it's something major, like it'll delete your save points all the time, or it'll just constantly freeze or crash, then yes, I would definitely skip it. Or until they update the game. So, no, Dragon's Dogma, that wasn't a terrible game. For the time, I didn't really. I mean, it was an okay game, but I didn't hate it. It was an okay game. I got my time out of it. I got my. I waited for it to go on sale, and I paid maybe $15-20 for it. And I got my money's worth. Sure, there were problems with the game, but I got past it. As long as the game is able to keep you interested in the storyline. And as long as it's able to be playable, actually, if it's playable and the storyline is great, or in this case, okay, but it's enough to keep you interested, then yeah, sure. Play it. Keep playing it. I played Dragon's Dogma 2 Worlds 2, and I played Fable. Fable 2, Fable 3. Now, I do agree with some aspects of Fable 3, where some people are complaining about, but in the end, it's that type of game, that kind of story is. I agree with the mechanics, but with the story, you're the ruler, you're leading a revolution, and then you become the ruler of a country. That I like. Now, that type of thing I like. And to be able to do that, and to keep you interested in the story, or in the game itself, is great. I mean, not every game is perfect. There are going to be haters. There are going to be the people that absolutely love the game and will defend it to the death. But there are those, like myself, will play the game and say, you know what? It was okay. I got my money's worth, but I wish they'd done better. I'm one of those people. So, I mean, it's all of a matter of opinion. If you let others influence your opinion on a certain game, then there's no point in getting to gaming. Because all you're going to do is either buy a really good game that you'll end up hating because the YouTube reviewer that was might have been paid off by the company that turned out to be crap. I learned the hard way, guys. Me and so many others learned the hard way of listening to reviewers and trusting their opinions on a game. I wasted money on games I did not like because a reviewer said it was terrible. Even when I went to IGN, I found games I saw on IGN that had a pretty high score. It turned out that I hated it. I hated that game. Just amazes me now that companies have to now pay off a 2 million subscriber YouTuber because they know that their game is crap, but they want to get it out there and have an unhonest review of the game. So they'll find a YouTuber with millions of subscribers and a large fan base, and they'll say, "Hey, I'll give you this, 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 and this if you say great things about our game." And they will do it. If they have the integrity, they won't. But problem is, most YouTubers don't have that integrity anymore. It's boiled down to money. So many franchises were ruined because of it. Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed isn't ruined. They just overdid it with the title. They need to end that series. I mean, it's just been going on for so long. Oh, and by the way, just a quick side note. Now they're coming out with an Assassin's Creed movie. So, I mean, it's coming out in December. It seems interesting, but we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I'm going to wait for maybe a couple movie reviews, or I'll just go see it and form my own opinion on it. Again, don't always listen to the reviews, just go out and do it. But unlike video games, movies, you can't return anything. So again, if you want to, just wait for a used copy of a game. But anyway, back to the subject. No, it's overused. Oh, especially especially that it's just, for me, it's hard to believe now that that's what it came down to. No, I used to trust reviews. Trust me, I was one of those people. I used to be one of those people that would always listen to reviewers and let them influence what I buy. And it was just terrible. Because now, I let them influence... Okay. I let them influence my decision to buy Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, and for me, now Black Ops 3 was definitely last try. I was already tired of dishonest reviews, and I've already been buying used games and doing all that good stuff. And if I didn't like it, I would just return it for my money back. No harm done there. But I decided to give it one last try. Just for old time's sake. Say, maybe things have changed. Nope. Black Ops 3 came out. Play Black Ops 3. It was crap. Evolve came out. I did wait until it was used, but I played it. I got tired of it after 2 hours of playing. Battlefront came out. I returned the game within 5 to 10 minutes. Because after I saw what those games were about, reusing the same old maps over and over again with this way to be able to purchase weapons and cosmetic skins, really? And even characters? It's like, no. They both have something in common. Reviews. The YouTube reviewers that were paid off by the company said great things about it. Now granted they have beautiful graphics, but that doesn't excuse a lack of maps and gameplay. And the lack of story. Just amazes me now, you know? It's sad to come to realization that you can't seem to trust any real reviewer, with the exception of those few. There are a few out there that are good and honest, and I appreciate their honesty. But for those that take payoffs from the company, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I am. You have, and this goes out to those YouTubers that accept payoffs. You have a fan base. Alright? They listen to your reviews. They listen to your opinions on the game. Now, when they go out and waste money on a game you said that was amazing, and they get the collector's edition, they get the season pass, they get Xbox Live, or they get PS Plus in order to play the game online, and only to find out that your review was a lie. Because when they play the game, they're sitting there playing the game and thinking, well, this sucks. These controls don't work very well. This storyline is crap. I mean, the game looks good, but the game itself is crap. Why did I waste money on this? That in itself is the reason why you shouldn't buy a new game nowadays. Because of those people that get review copies of the game before it releases, chances are high that they were given that to show off gameplay and to tell you dishonest things about the game, just so you, the fan base, can go out, pre-order it, waste money on it, and buy it. Really, give them money. They don't care. The company doesn't care. They got their money. They don't care if they give you a crappy game. All they care about is the money. No, oh, you're missing a story? Well, we'll give you that for a $45 to $50 deals, $45 to $50 season pass, and it'll come out in the expansion when it should already be in the game. I mean, guys, in every video, all of these things I am talking about is linked they are linked together. Between the reviews, the reviewers, the companies, and what they're trying to pull is this is all linked. This is all one giant strong chain. And it will remain strong. The chain will remain strong until we, the fans of the video game world, say enough. Stop charging us money for your crappy game. You know, if it's a $60 game, but it really has $20, $25 worth of content in, and the rest is being sold as DLC, then lower your price to $25 and get the season pass for maybe $15 or so. Yes, you will lose money. Don't get me wrong, you will lose money. But in the end, it all boils down to quality over quantity. You know, these companies are just shooting out games out of their asses like every single year. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, well, Assassin's Creed's coming out again this year. The one last year was terrible. Let's see how this one is. No. Let's say, okay, well, Advanced Warfare came out last year, and that game is dead now. You go into multiplayer, that game is completely dead, by the way. And then this year, a new Call of Duty is out. Oh, but it gets better. Black Ops 3, that time's past now. Infinite Warfare is coming out now. Now, guys, I know I am ripping on the Call of Duty franchise a lot. Don't get me wrong, I understand that, but at the same time, you also have to understand I was a huge Call of Duty fan, and it breaks my heart really to see that franchise go downhill the way it is. I'm not saying these things to be a dick, guys. I'm saying these things because I care. I want these, not just Activision, not just Treyarch, but all of these companies, DICE, Ubisoft, Bungie, Turtle Rock Studios, 2K, everyone, to listen to us and hear what we're saying. Now, if we show them we are tired of this crap, of them ripping out chunks of story and content from the game that was supposed to be in there already, and sell it back to us as expansions in the season pass or as DLC, and you keep buying it, they will keep doing it. As long as they're making money, they don't care. It's not about pleasing you guys anymore. It's not about pleasing their fans. It's all about just making the money. All they have to do is copy and paste. Video games now. All they have to do is copy and paste. And apparently when they do that, they still somehow they make their fans happy. I mean, it isn't everyone, but I'm sure there are some of you out there that enjoy the copy and paste license games. And I, for one, am not a fan of them. Try something new. I'll give you an example. DICE, for example. they tried something new. They did like a cops and robbers themed game. Now, it wasn't great. It wasn't, the storyline was okay in my opinion. I couldn't really get into it, but I understand where they were going with it. Multiplayer was okay. But they tried it. Didn't really work out in their favor. Alright, that didn't work out. They know it didn't work out because it showed in their total sales of the game. So now they're going back to World War I in their next game. And it's called Battlefield 1. And you know what? It's something new. It's something that we haven't seen yet in that franchise. Now, sure, we've seen World War II, but we've never seen World War I and trench warfare. That's extremely interesting to me. I love history. I'm a big fan of history. And that for me in itself is a great idea. It's got me interested. But I'm not pre-ordering. I'm not buying the game until I see for myself the gameplay and the multiplayer gameplay. Oh, that brings up another thing with Activision. They are not, let me tell you this, they are not releasing any multiplayer gameplay until, I believe it's not until August or September. Now, why would they do that? Why? That is the question you have to ask yourselves. Is their multiplayer so broken that they have to wait to show off the gameplay of the multiplayer? Now, I'm sure there'll be beta access to the game. I'm sure for the ones that pre-ordered it. But again, not everyone can afford to pre-order and get the beta key. I understand that. I for one am one of those people that just can't afford it. I don't know, to me that just seems really shady. I don't know what they're up to, but it just doesn't seem right to me. I don't know. It just never ceases to amaze me what these companies will do to make money and deceive their fan base. Now, I've played games that I was so hyped for that I didn't care about what they said until I played the game, and I learned the hard way. Total War Rome 2 was one of those games that I learned the hard way on. Thankfully, though, Creative Assembly fixed the game, but it took forever. Now Warhammer Total War released, and I haven't played it yet. I've been watching my YouTuber Lionheart 10x for the gameplay footage. And from there, I'm just forming my base opinion on the game. How the AI reacts, how they are in combat, and all that good stuff. But again, guys, I know I've said it so many times, but I hate to beat a dead horse, but forming your own opinion, well, you do your research, but form your own opinion. That's the best route. you can possibly do. It's about time the fans the fan base says enough is enough. This is the whole reason why I started this YouTube channel. Was because I was just tired. I was tired of these companies, these big YouTubers that are being paid off to take advantage of us. And I just had enough of it. I just have so many things to say that this video could turn out to be like a 2 to 3 hour video. And I'm sure this video is an hour and a half long so far. Just so many shady things going on with the companies that just isn't right. So many even the smaller companies. There are a couple of smaller companies out there that will do the same thing. Granted, they're in competition with the bigger ones, but still. If you have to resort, let me tell you this, if you have to resort to, how do I put this? If you have to resort to deceiving your fans on a certain game because you know it's crap, then you have no business in developing video games. You have no business in this industry. Making games, it's a passion, really. In my opinion, you have to be passionate about. Because if you're so passionate about video games, you will do it right. And take your time with it. Don't spam these games out every single year. Just take your time. If it takes 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, so be it. I would rather wait 10 years for a really good video game in a franchise than having the next installment within a year. Just take your time. And you'll earn your fans back. If you've lost any, you'll earn them back if you give them a quality product. Or a quality game in this case. I can't stress that enough. I just can't. Anyway guys, I think that does it for this video. I have so many other things that I would like to say and talk about, but that's for another video. Have a good rest of your day, folks, and I'll see you later. Have a good day. Bye.